Hey, what's up, folks? It's Jesse with Keeping It Real Finance, the channel that always sure back and tells it like it is. Well, today's video is going to be an update on the Artificial Superintelligence Alliance. I know that's a mouthful. Now, if you've been following my channel, I did an update on this roughly about a month or so ago when the merger was announced between fetch.ai, Ocean Protocol, and SingularityNet. Today what we're going to be doing is an update on this. They've got a brand new website. I also wanted to cover the token migration because it seems like there's still a lot of people that have a lot of questions regarding that. We're going to be talking a little bit about scammers. It seems like they're coming out of the woodworks with this token migration. And then we're going to wrap up the video with some final thoughts. So stick around for that. So as always, if this is your first time to the channel, make sure to subscribe. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit that like button. And now let's get it going. So we're going to kick off today's video at the brand new website for the Artificial Superintelligence Alliance, which can be found at superintelligence.io. So artificial intelligence must be open, decentralized, and built for the benefit of all sentient beings. Now from there, we've got a little bit here on the token migration guide. I'm going to actually cover that in a second, so we'll get back to that. But first, what is the Artificial Superintelligence Alliance? Essentially, it's the combination of fetch.ai, SingularityNet, and Ocean Protocol, and it's intended to be the largest open source independent entity in AI research and development. So this alliance aims to accelerate the advancement of decentralized artificial general intelligence and ultimately artificial superintelligence, right? So these are the three projects here that have joined forces to basically make the essentially probably the number one tech stack in all of decentralized artificial intelligence, as well as in terms of cryptocurrency projects, cryptography, right? Moving on down from there, this is the interesting part that I really wanted to touch on is the foundation team. So I've been wondering this kind of who would shake out where between three projects, who would take which roles, right? Now, this is the part that I find very interesting. In particular, I really like the way that they have sort of chosen to do this. So who's the brand new CEO of Artificial Superintelligence? Well, that would be none other than Dr. Ben Goertzel. He is the former head of SingularityNet. And who is Dr. Goertzel, right? So this is very interesting. And by the way, if my video just froze, I've tried to record this a couple times. I think it's the animation in the background. I can't turn it off. So who is he? Well, essentially, he has 25 plus books, 150 plus research papers published. He's got a PhD in mathematics and a career dedicated to both theoretical research and practical application. So he's been instrumental in advancing the field of artificial general intelligence, which I'm pretty sure is a term that he has coined. He's the leader of several prominent AI organizations. Essentially, his work has contributed to the development of OpenCog, Hyperion, an open source AGI software project, and has played a crucial role in the creation and advanced robotics like Sophia, Desdemona, and Grace, right? So he will be the CEO of ASI. Now, Humayun Sheikh, he was the former head of Fetch. So what is his new role, right? So he is the chairman now of the Artificial Superintelligence Alliance. He's kind of the visionary, who's been a part of this project. He was involved as a founding investor in Google's DeepMind, right? Now, from there, we have Trent McConaughey. So he was, in a way, I guess, the artificial intelligence expert with Ocean in particular. So what he will be doing is he will be the board director in the Artificial Superintelligence Alliance. A little background on him. So he's been in AI since 97, blockchain since 2017. He worked on large-scale AI for semiconductors via a PhD in 2 startups, both acquired. He worked on NFTs on Bitcoin, ascribe decentralized databases and decentralized AI. He's published 40 plus papers, 25 plus patents, and 2 textbooks. Okay, so he is no slouch either. Very cool. From there, we got Bruce Pond. So Bruce is the board director for Artificial Superintelligence. He's one of the founders, essentially, of Ocean. I would honestly say that from what I've seen of him and him talking, I think he's sort of the business guy in this equation, right? From there, we've also got Janet Adams, COO of Singularity Net Board of Directors as well. So quite the mix of people here in this team. It's very much a super team, which is really, really cool. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and scroll up back to the token migration updates. And I wanted to cover this as well. So we got this brand new website. Now we have a rebranding and merging of tokens. A lot of people, I think, had a hard time following this. It's really not that hard at all. Essentially, what is going on is that Ocean and Singularity Net, so this is Ocean, OCEAN, and Singularity Net is AGIX. The two of those are converting to FET, F-E-T, fetch. The reason why is that fetch already had the ecosystem in place, whereas AGIX and Ocean, I don't think did, okay? So that's why this makes a lot of sense. Basically, they've already put all the work into the ecosystem, their own blockchain. That's what I'm talking about here, right? So the other two tokens are turning into fetch. And then from there, FET will be turned into ASI. Now, what we've got here, we got a couple ratios. So if you're holding AGIX and you're migrating, one AGIX converts to 0.433 fetch. And Ocean tokens migrate to fetch at a conversion rate of 0.433, a little bit less, 226. All right. So ASI calculator, let's check this out. So I kind of wanted to explore these different things here. So if you have checked this out, it basically shows the conversion rate here that I just covered. See how much ASI you can get essentially for your Ocean, AGIX, or FET, right? This is the full-on conversion rate. That's right here. Then if we go back to where we were previously, if you want to take part in the token merger, you can click that link. It'll take you over to the Singularity DAO .ai migrate-ASI. So on this page right here, all you would have to do essentially, what this is saying, let me kind of break this down. So I think this is where people get lost a little bit. If you have your coins on a centralized exchange that is supporting the conversion, then you don't do anything at all. You do absolutely nothing. So if you're holding Ocean, if you're holding AGIX and it's on Coinbase, Binance, another exchange that's supporting, essentially, you do absolutely nothing. Now, if you're not holding it there, you may have to manually convert it, right? How do you manually convert it? Well, first you need to send those coins to a supported wallet. So which wallets are supported? If you basically press this connect button here, it shows you which wallets are supported. So there's MetaMask, Wallet Connect, Coinbase Wallet, and Rabby Wallet. Trust Wallet is not supported. So of these, the two probably most popular, I would venture to say, are probably MetaMask or Coinbase Wallet. So if you were holding AGIX or Ocean, you would need to send it to one of these 4 wallets and then hit the connect button here on the website. Once you connect, you select the network, which would be Ethereum. You select which token you're converting, whether it's AGIX or Ocean, and then you hit the connect button and the conversion is done automatically. That's it. Pretty simple, right? Now, on the other hand, I have seen some people say, well, what if I was staking my AGIX on mainnet, for example, right? What do I do then? Well, you basically have to unstake it and then go ahead and move it to a supported wallet, connect it to the website here, and convert it. You cannot leave it staked on Singularity Net. You cannot do that, okay? So you have to unstake it, send it to the one of these wallets, one of these correct wallets. So MetaMask, Coinbase, Wallet Connect, Abby Wallet, and then go ahead and connect it here and convert it. That's basically the process. All right. Now, from there, we are only going to have FET tokens. Okay. So what this looks like currently is if we go over to CoinMarketCap, right? So here's the top 100. And if you scroll down, you can find it right now at number 27 with a market cap of roughly $2.9 billion is the Artificial Superintelligence Alliance. But the ticker symbol as of right now is FET. It has not changed yet to ASI. That is still coming. That has not changed yet. That is like a full rebrand of the token. First, they need to move the supplies of AGIX and Ocean over. So that's why it shows up here. So it's kind of halfway there is a way to look at this, right? So we've got the new name, the new brand. However, we still have FET is the token for now. Okay. All right. So if we then go over to the Artificial Superintelligence Alliance, kind of wanted to cover this a little bit. So this is their basically one of their official megaphones, right? And one of the things that they covered in here recently is they mentioned about scammers, right? So let me go ahead and click on this. So it says ASI Alliance official links. These are the only sources of truth from the ASI Alliance, right? The official accounts. The only official website is superintelligence.io. No other sites are associated. So there must be some fake websites that have since popped up that are trying to get people to attach their wallet and click the link. If you do that, you are going to have all your funds drained and lose your funds. Okay, you do not want to do that. So you got to make sure it's superintelligence.io. From that, we've got the founding partners listed here, as well as the migration and token merge host, which is the Singularity DAO. That's another account that you could officially follow. Okay, the Singularity DAO. All right. Now, scrolling on down, there was just a couple things here that I sort of wanted to touch on. I thought this was a pretty neat quote here from Dr. Gortzel. So he says here, essentially, our many commercial and research goals for this combined network is to launch a decentralized neural symbolic AGI system with globally superior capabilities in key areas like logic and scientific reasoning and artistic creativity. The impact of such system may greatly exceed what we've seen from significant large language models, that's LLMs, and lead the global economy into a new area of beneficial decentralized AGI and ASI. I mean, that he's kind of like, way out there in terms of visionary, right? Definitely a visionary for this project of where it can go. Then you combine him, with the visionary aspect of Humayun Sheikh, the talents of essentially Trent McConaughey, as well as Bruce Paul and the rest of the board. It's very impressive what they can do here. So really exciting to see that. Now going back, I did want to follow just, kind of there's a couple other minor updates in here, but this one in particular I wanted to show. This was from July 5th, roughly 2 days ago, posted by Singularity DAO, which was reposted here by the Artificial Superintelligence. So far in phase one, they mentioned that 467 million AGIX and 196 million Ocean migrated to FET in the first 72 hours of the ASI Alliance phase one. So that's a lot of migration that's going on there. But this is the part that you need to know and need to understand. Again, is if you're holding your coins, if you're holding Fetch, let's say, and you're holding it on a centralized exchange like Coinbase or Binance, you don't do anything. You just leave it there, okay? If you are holding Fetch and you're staking it on mainnet, for now, you leave it there. They haven't said if you need to unstake your Fetch yet to convert it to ASI. I'm not positive, but I'm assuming you may need to unstake it and then convert it and then restake it. Okay. Now, if on the other hand you're holding AGIX, or if you're holding Ocean and it is on a centralized exchange that supports the conversion, you don't do anything. If you're holding it in another place, on another wallet, if you're staking with SingularityNet, you would need to unstake that, move it to the supported wallet, and then connect it through the Singularity DAO as the host who is connecting. Under no circumstance do you want to connect any of this to a website that is slightly off, slightly different, etc. That is how crypto scams work, is once you connect, then they can essentially drain all of your funds, and that is the last thing you want to do. All right? So that's kind of where we're at today with the new website. Pretty cool little website. I mean, this is just the beginning. You know, those quotes from Dr. Gortzel are just sort of the tip of the iceberg here, I think, for this project and for the tech stack, which, by the way, I covered in the older video from roughly about a month ago or so. So, new website, a lot more coming, just the beginning. Now, let's wrap up the video with some final thoughts. All right, so I wanted to wrap up today's video by just kind of spitballing some final thoughts here. So if you like the website, I honestly think it's really cool. The animation in the background is really neat. It's pretty general, pretty simple right now. There's not really anything complex. There's not multiple tabs. We don't really have a lot spelled out yet. I see a lot of website development coming, okay? So if you kind of want to get an idea of the kind of stuff that's going to be posted on the website and how it'll expand, you can check the websites of fetch.ai, SingularityNet, or Ocean Protocol. There is so much more information to add into one website here. So all of that will probably be migrating, converting over as this thing steadily builds out. And then really you want to watch it for the news, right? In terms of the visionary, like I mentioned earlier, Dr. Gortzel is kind of a leader in class on this stuff. The team in this one is just really impressive, really impressive. So in all of the other teams in the whole crypto decentralized world, the most impressive, arguably, was probably the original team kind of in Ethereum, right? So you had Vitalik, you had Dr. Gavin Wood, you had Charles Hoskinson, you know, a lot of big names were kind of in that team. It was sort of like a super group. Now, they couldn't really maintain it, and eventually some of those guys left, you know, with their various frustrations, right? This project is sort of the opposite, that it's getting together from, they've all been separate, and now they've decided to join forces and like be like a super transformer or something, right? So really cool, and how and where it goes from here is really anybody's guess, but by combining resources, combining their overall knowledge in the field, their expertise, their business connections, I mean, I see a lot of really good things here if they can hold it together. So I really hope that they can. It's very exciting, right? Now, in terms of the overall token migration, it's really not anything scary or hard to follow, nothing like that. Essentially, Fetch, I guess you could say, probably has the best ecosystem or largest ecosystem, something along those lines, right? Now, when I mentioned SingularityNet, I do know people have been staking AGIX with SingularityNet, but they're converting everything to Fetch. So they like the Fetch network the best, okay? So what all this means is if you have AGIX, if you've got Ocean Protocol, and you leave it on the exchange, they'll convert it for you. You don't do a single thing. If you have Fetch, leave it on the exchange. Don't do a single thing, and they'll probably convert that automatically for you as well when they rebrand it to ASI. Now, where it gets a little trickier is if you have moved it elsewhere, right? So if you were staking your AGIX, if you have moved your Ocean coins somewhere else, like let's say a Ledger or a Trezor or something like that, essentially you would have to move it to one of these supported wallets as of now in order to convert it through that Singularity DAO link that I showed earlier. Once you convert it, it will convert to Fetch, and then essentially you can move that Fetch back to either the Fetch mainnet, you can put it there for now, or you can go ahead and just leave it in the wallet, which is probably what you would want to do. Like I said, they haven't really, at least I haven't seen it. I know they put out an FAQ that is out there, but it was really, really long. I scrolled through it and there was like, felt like 50 questions. So there is a lot in their FAQ. But regarding Fetch, I would wait until it converts to ASI, and then from there, if you want to stake it on mainnet, go ahead and stake it. Or if you want to leave it on the centralized exchange, you can do that as well. It's completely up to you wherever you want to store it. The big thing here, the big kind of catch in all of this, is just be very careful with any links you're clicking on, any responses to any comments that they say, hey, it's Fetch, hey, it's us, and it's not. Typically, especially on Twitter X, there's a lot of scammers that they slightly change a letter, they put an underscore, they have a ghost character like a space. If you follow that and you click and attach your wallet, that is like game over. So do not do that under any circumstance. You have to follow the official accounts. And if you do that, you should be just fine, okay? Now, I didn't really cover the chart or anything like that in today's video. It's really gone up. It's gone kind of back down, just like everything right now. In the long term, where it goes from here, I think it'll continue to build value as they expand and build upon, like I said, all of their expertise of basically having a super group, okay? So that's not really the point of today's video. The point, though, was to say they have a brand new website. Go check it out. You can find the links basically for the Singularity Net DAO. You can convert your tokens. You can learn about the founding members and the team behind it. Very cool. And then, like I said, I would refer back to that website as they steadily build it out with all of the things that were on each of their own websites. There were so many different tabs on there for different AI development projects that were on each of them. So I kind of foresee a lot of that happening. We don't really see anything with partners, news updates, none of that stuff is there yet. It'll be there soon enough. All of this is sort of in the works, okay? So that's where we leave it with today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you got a little bit of a sneak peek there on the website, and hopefully you understand the token migration. If you still got questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'd be happy to respond. I've got a pretty good idea of what they're doing with this, and really it's not that complicated overall. All right? So if you enjoyed today's video, as always, make sure to hit the like button. Don't forget that you can also find me on Twitter at KIRfinance.com. You can check out my website through the QR code that's posted as well. And I would be happy to help you out. If you got any questions, please feel free to reach out either here in the comments or on Twitter. All right? So as always, for a friendly reminder, this is Jesse with Keeping It Real Finance, the channel that always has your back, tells it like it is, and I will see you on the next one. Later.